I'll start, George, since you asked to. I honestly haven't talked to Harry Reid about it. I've talked to Ken Conrad about this idea over the last year, and as you know, he submitted a proposal comparable along with Judd Gregg, but that seems not to be moving anywhere. I told Senator Conrad yesterday that Senator Voinovich and I were going to put this in today, and he said, good. Look, there's no question that this cuts against the turf of some of the existing committees. But even if the members of the committees want to get this done, the process is so stacked against that happening that I think that this commission is just critically necessary. Now, we've tried to, if you look at the membership of the commission, we've got a number of members of both houses of both political parties that are members of the commission. We've got 4 outside lay people, right? And we got 2 members of the executive branch. But we specifically said, because we know that the members of the Finance Committee in the Senate and the Ways and Means Committee in the House are particularly sensitive to their jurisdiction here. So we specifically mandate that the chairman and ranking members of those committees in the House and the Senate are members of this commission. They'll be inside the room. It's possible the president can even appoint them to be co-chairs. They need to be a Republican and Democratic co-chair from those committees. That's up to the president if this passes. But it's just, I got to repeat what I said. If the existing committee structure could get this done, it would have done it already, because this is not a problem. This long-term debt is not a problem that just appeared yesterday. It's gotten worse in the last 6 months or a year for various reasons. It really started to get worse after 9/11, as George said. But it's been building, and everybody knows it, and nothing's happened. And therefore, we got to change. We got to break out of the normal way of doing business, and this commission is the way to do it. Go ahead, George.
Well, I think that I know that Kent is very interested in this, and in fact, he's been passionate about it. And he has received, I think, some pushback by the administration, which is interesting because Peter Orszag, who now is our OMB director, 2 years ago was on the committee to balance the budget and was very enthusiastic about moving forward with this, along with David Walker and the Peterson Foundation. I know that Steny Hoyer, a great leader there, is very much in favor of this. In fact, last year he came over and testified on behalf of the Gregg Conrad piece of legislation, and I understand that he's going to be the luncheon speaker at a bipartisan policy group that's meeting today. The language on this in this bill was passed David Walker and the Peterson group to make sure that they felt comfortable with it. And the concept here is that if we can get good support from both the House and the Senate, particularly here in the Senate, lots of support, bipartisan, that they will then find this to be ripe and start to really go out and hustle this on the outside. I don't know if I ever told you this, Joe, but my time is limited here. So what I'm doing, I'm working on legacy projects that are bipartisan, bicameral, and have support from the outside. And hopefully here that I think they've got about 65 sponsors over in the House of a bill very much like ours. And they are getting pushed back by the Speaker and Charlie Rangel, and the administration's real concerned about that. But we kind of guarantee that they will be on the commission. They're going to be on the commission, and so the concerns that they have would be folded into the discussions that are going to be had by the commission in terms of what those recommendations are, so that the issue of their having a role in this is going to be guaranteed. In fact, I'm sure that they'll be relying on their respective staffs to help them on as this thing is put together. So this is the time to get the job done. And as I say, when Bernicki was in yesterday to talk to the Republican Policy Luncheon, he was basically saying, we have got to deal with this underlying problem. If we don't deal with it, you're going to see interest rates in this country skyrocket and just suck up more and more of the money that's available to us. And as Senator Lieberman has said, we're on a course where by 2030 or somewhere in that all the money that we have is going to be spent on Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security and paying interest.
Let me just add quickly, I appreciate everything George has said. We decided to start this just two of us. There are other members of the Senate who want to join us, and we're going to build this. And we pretty much decided to follow the Noah's Ark approach, two at a time, one Republican, one Democrat coming on. And of course, ideally, we'd like to see a hearing in the Budget Committee to which this will go. But George and I reserve the right to put this on as an amendment as time goes on to any relevant bill, because it's that critically important.
Yeah, Senator, aside from the problem of pushback from committee chairs and so forth, isn't the constant focus on earmarks and other discretionary spending just more of a distraction? I mean, you could cut every earmark tomorrow, and it wouldn't make one iota of a difference in the problem you're talking about.
Well, as you know so often around here, Jonathan, it's one of my great frustrations. We sometimes spend time on and make big issues out of some of these things, but if you look at them in terms of the big picture, they're like salt in the soup. And I think that the American people know that the problem is more than earmarks,
That's right.
and then some.
Well, this is a really good point because, I mean, it's obviously to the extent that you cut back on unnecessary earmarks or you go to pay-as-you-go government, this is all helpful. But the big cause of our long-term debt is entitlements and interest on the debt going out of control. And until we deal with that, we're not going to solve the problem.
Senator, did the White House say anything about its commission it has on tax reform? It already has one. Could this be on a collision course with any sort of conclusions they make on tax reform?
Now, my feeling is this. My dream, my dream was that we were going to get this commission done last year. And both the House and Senate say this is the way we think we can get the job done. And then they would have turned it over to the President, and the President would have appointed his OBM and his Treasury Secretary, and they would have been off and running. Well, it didn't work out that way. But if you could go to the administration and say, look, on a bipartisan basis, there's overwhelming support that this is the way we need to get the job done, I believe that the administration would be responsive to that.
And this commission that you're asking for would happen in a year, did you say, or 2 years?
Well, if we could get it done in the next couple of months, it would be done by the middle of next year.
It would happen, I mean, obviously it would start as soon as we could get it enacted. And in the language that in the bill now, it says they have to make a report within a year, but obviously they could make a report earlier, or as we've discussed with Dave Walker, they could decide to come out with partial reports along the way if they felt that one particular part of this problem could be dealt with separately.
And the thing that's neat about it is I know the administration's got, the big things they're talking about, right, are climate change, and they're talking about healthcare reform. The creation of this commission is not going to interfere with that. In terms of the controversial things that are going to start coming up, that won't happen until probably the beginning of next year if this thing got on track. So it's not one of those things that will take their mind away or the legislators' mind away from the two big priorities that the President would like to get done by the end of this year.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a good day. The medals will be in the mail.